What if your day's first moments set the tone for everything after? Most people open their eyes just in time to rush to panic, already feeling late. But those who get up before the world starts moving, they operate on another level. Their minds are sharp. Their progress is quiet. An early start isn't just a schedule tweak. It's an edge, a method to take back your calm, your control, your direction. Because if you don't steer your morning, the day's currents will steer you. So ask yourself, will you stay under the covers, your possibilities untapped? Or will you get up and grasp them? Soon, you'll understand how a dawn habit reshapes thinking, heightens concentration, and builds willpower. Early rising brings purpose into focus. When you get up in the dark, you're not just beating the sunrise. You are taking the reins of the hours ahead. In that peaceful pre-dawn, while everything else is silent and still, you hold a quiet strength many miss. This is deeper than routine. It's a mindset of progress, a statement that you guide your own journey. At that hour, you gain something rare: lucidity. No alerts, no chatter, no requests. You can listen to your own thoughts. In that unique silence, what you are meant to do becomes distinct and clear, as if everything aligns to urge you to look inside, find your true north, and advance toward it without swerving. Build a life of deliberate action. Pose 2 questions each morning. What will I achieve today? And each night, what did I achieve? These brief reflections, formed at daybreak, can mold your integrity and your impact. Ask yourself sharp questions as you rise. Questions that direct your mind and hone your objectives. The morning is your mental studio. Here, you form your ideas. Here, you manage your feelings. Here, you design your outlook. Start your days with quiet thought, setting the thoughtful groundwork for the life you are building. Know that without self-command, you cannot hope to command your situation. Waking early gives you undisturbed time to strategize, to note, to absorb, to consider. Nothing tugs for your notice. It is in these spans that understanding forms. Here, aspirations turn into schemes, and schemes into dedicated steps. Let's be direct. Those who miss this valuable time often trip into their day-off balance, scattered, pulled by events, not by plan. But not you. You see that your time is too precious to leave to randomness. You rise early not because you must, but because you choose to. And that choice changes the game. Picture an inventive mind whose sketchbooks spill with creations, observations, and ideas. Awake with the light, a brain buzzing with inquiry and wonder, or an original explorer who found basic principles not in a busy room, but in private study. Their discoveries weren't chance. They were fed in isolation, grown in the span many overlook. When you rise early, you're crafting more than a schedule. You're crafting a story. Each dawn you see, each still minute you take, adds a piece to the monument of your nature. You aren't just getting ready for hours, you're getting ready for existence. Use this time to touch your aim, record your targets, ponder your principles, absorb material that lifts your thinking. Sit in calm and ask, am I growing into who I want to be? Let your morning be a personal ceremony, a pledge to yourself that today you will live with significance. The world will attempt to yank you into hurry, into din, into disorder. But when you've mastered your morning, you hold a serene understanding no turmoil can dissolve. You proceed with foresight. You move with decision. You exist with deliberation. So tomorrow and each day after, when the buzzer goes, do not pause. Get up, enter the hush, and recall in those first hours you are in company. You trace the steps of all who choose to construct. You also are an architect of fate, and your base is set before the world stirs. The daybreak is yours. Seize it. Dawn builds the muscle of discipline. Willpower is the link between your aims and your results. It is the quiet builder of every win and the hidden driver behind each achievement. And there is no finer practice field for willpower than the early day. When you rise before first light, you make a choice. A choice most avoid. You pick unease over coziness. You pick sharpness over mess. You pick aim over drift. In that instant, you are not just leaving sleep, you are igniting your resolve. This move, basic yet deep, is the root of a willful life. Each time you rise early, you are governing yourself, and self-governance makes you formidable. Consider the tenacious maker who shaped a route not by advantage, but by persistent work. Awake before others, immersed in learning, composing, and sight. Willpower alters situations. Or a steadfast guide who led not just a realm, but personal routines with exactness. Arise not from fortune. It was made through planned thought, firm self-restraint, and steady intent, knowing that guidance starts with internal arrangement and that order restarts every sunrise. When you welcome the morning with grit, you tell your deeper mind, I direct. You start your day not by answering life, but by guiding it. This early move creates a mood that resonates through your time, leading your steps with force and steadiness. Like a committed player warming up at dawn, your early rising tones your attention. You ready your brain for the tests coming. You remember achievement isn't found. It is made one choice after another. Willpower isn't one deed. It is a way of existing. It shows in how you rise, eat, speak, and reflect. And when you devote yourself to early rising, that willpower soaks into every part of your life. Think of the committed creator who started the day in the still hours, laboring alone, led by the will of practice and sight. The art made didn't come from sparks of ideas, but from regular, purposeful work. Yours can also. Or the groundbreaking intellectual whose mornings were busy with thinking, learning, and intent, who trained herself to surpass her era's limits and reshape understanding. Every early morning is a practice for excellence. Each time you fight the lure of ease and rise with plan, you toughen the fiber of will. This custom, once set, becomes a base where your visions can rise. Let others nap through their chance. Let others stall for drive. You don't need the world's okay to start your path. You only need the will to rise. You might wonder, what if I'm not in the mood? Know this willpower doesn't bargain with mood. It doesn't pause for ease. It moves, above all, when it's tough. And in those tough instants, when you rise regardless, your nature is sculpted. Willpower is the guard of your capacity. Without it, aims stay far. With it, the unthinkable becomes certain, and early rising is where that will is exercised daily, shaped in quiet and alone. Use these hours not just to do, but to evolve. Read what feeds you. Write what explains you. Think on what grounds you. Prepare your physique, your intellect, your core. Make the morning your testing field. Recall, those who reach heights aren't just gifted, they are willful. They rise while others sleep. They act while others postpone. They pledge while others waver. So tomorrow, when the sleeping world rests, let the calm be your friend and willpower your map. Form your fate one sunrise at a time. For in the early day, you are not just up, You are alert, decided, and unstoppable. Unlocking output by starting early. Waking early gives you more than extra minutes. It amplifies your capacity in those first reserved moments while others dream. You step into a zone of pure sharpness and attention. This is the time of the maker, the writer, the planner, the influencer. This is the time of you, focused, pure, driven. Each morning offers a fresh sheet. The hues are yours to pick, the tool is your plan, and the picture is your future. No buzz, no needs, no haste, just room. Room to invent, to ponder, to act. When you rise early, you step into leadership. You are not answering the world, you are forming it. The initial ideas you hold, the initial jobs you address, the initial moves you make reset your pace for the whole day. Guide this pace well, and you will pile up wins before others even look outside. Reflect on the versatile genius, a numbers expert, nature student, creator, and deep thinker. His richest notions arose not in activity, but in morning stillness. He saw that the cleanest concepts appear when a mind is new, untouched by the day's clutter. Or the first poet who shaped lines by lamp glow in early light, long before the home was active. Among her duties, she claimed this time to produce enduring verses. Her output wasn't a present, it was a selection. The top performers don't let output be random. They structure it. And the structure starts at daybreak. These are the spans when your brain is strongest. Quick, nimble, open. Studies back it, but life shows it. You've sensed it. That feeling of completion, vigor, and sharpness that only follows an early beginning. In the morning, your resolve is full. Your mind is clean, and your vitality is peak. This is your tactical benefit. Use it to handle the vital tasks, the ones that really shift results. Don't spend these prime spans on small things. Use them to construct. Think of the powerful writer and advocate who moved from constraint to a leading call for liberty, using the early hours to write, ponder, and arrange. He didn't wait for the world to offer time. He created it, and morning was his partner. Each early hour you spend with intent is an investment into your visions fund. Gradually, those investments add up. Growth multiplies. Days turn to weeks, and weeks build thrust. Your life starts to turn not by jumps, but by steady, aimed, daily work. You aren't sprinting against the world, you are outpacing your past self, and each early start gives you a lead. This is the way of the maker, the originator, the winner. Output isn't about volume, it's about impact when you are freshest. And you are never fresher than when you begin your day with plan, course, and attention. Use these spans to design, to construct, to write, to think. Build patterns that help you. Improve your ability. Place blocks of advance before disruptions call. Don't lose the quiet. It is your heaven. Let others begin in dash and sound. You begin with clearness, dedication, and skill. Because you know when you own your morning, you own your existence. So tomorrow, when the sky is still black and hush wraps the land, rise. Let your first inhalation be of intent. Let your first motion be of gain. Paint your sheet with firm strokes and see day by day as your output climbs with the sun. You aren't just completing tasks, you are pushing your sight forward. And it all starts in the morning. Early hours forge toughness and might. Early starts aren't just about getting up, they're about getting up robust. Each time you pick waking before the world, you pick toughness over comfort, might over weakness, advance over standstill. The will to wake early trains the durable spirit. The firm desire, the invincible heart. See, toughness isn't made in coziness. It isn't found in peace or quiet. It is tempered like steel in flame through repeated meeting with tests. And what greater daily test exists than the soft hold of your bed, the alluring draw of slumber, the simple reason to delay your mission? Every morning you pick rising early, you voice a strong claim. I am tougher than my justifications. I am greater than my ease. That pick becomes your day's first triumph, the base for all wins to come. Think of the persistent student who trekked miles in his early years before sunrise just to reach class. He didn't wait for the world to give ease. He rose before the sun again and again because he knew his might was shaped in effort. That same drive waits in you, ready to be called at daybreak. Or a pivotal person in history who woke early, not just to aid, but to write, to learn, to reflect. In periods of test and doubt, she became a column of insight and might. Why? Because she drilled herself daily to meet trouble with preparation, not withdrawal. The urge to stay in bed isn't just bodily, it is symbolic. It stands for every ease that stalls growth, every delay that stops progress, every dread that keeps you limited. And when you beat that urge, even once, you've already shown yourself you can rise higher. Toughness is built piece by piece in moments just like these. When you feel wary but rise anyway, feel uncertainty but act anyway, feel scare but advance anyway, the early hours give the ideal furnace for this change. It is in these spans that you are tried, not by the world, but by yourself. And that trial is holy, because when you drill yourself to win that first daily fight, you carry that might into every other fight life sends your way. Toughness isn't just about recovery, it's about driving ahead relentlessly, regardless of the barrier. And when you start your day by driving ahead into the chill, into the quiet, into the unclear, you are practicing the core of mental strength. A devoted artist whose pledge to the craft started in the early morning calm. He didn't wait for the muse. He appeared again and again, facing the work with grit. Like rock, life can be hard, but with toughness, you don't shatter, you form. Use your mornings to hone this instrument. Do something hard. Sit in quiet with your ideas. List your fears and confront them. Move your form when it objects. Read what tests your intellect. These small, repeated tries solidify your determination. Others may pick the cushion. Others may tap snooze. But you are a different kind. You see that greatness isn't handed out. It is gained in the dim, in the silence, in the hidden picks made before the sun climbs. And when you regularly pick the harder route, the higher way, the earlier hour, you start to shift. You stop being led by life and start leading it. You answer setbacks with tactics. You face hardship with peace because you've built inside an immovable center. Tomorrow, when your eyes open and the bed calls your name, recall that instant is your trial. Pass it, and you walk into your day shielded. Fail it, and the world feels weightier. But you hold the power to choose. Rise. Greet the unease. Embrace the will. And know that with each early morning, you are becoming someone unbreakable, someone who persists, someone who guides. You are becoming tough, not by mishap, but by selection. And that selection starts at dawn, planting an optimistic view at daybreak. Beginning your day early is more than a custom, it is a rite of refreshment. Each morning, as first glow splits the sky, you are handed a present, a new start, a clean board, a shot to pick your day's path. And when you rise early with plan, you fix the mood for all that follows. Every sunrise is a murmur from existence, start anew. In the morning's calm, before the world's noise hits your mind, you hold the power to mold your outlook. You have the uncommon chance to pick your feelings, your replies, and how you'll lead your life before the rest of the world speaks. It is here, in these golden spans, that optimism is sown. Here, thankfulness sprouts. Here, clearness breaks. Here, your mind is set to the channel of chance. Picture a groundbreaking healer who began her days in quiet thought and aim. Her work in tough settings was full of mess and pain, yet she brought brightness, order, and hope. She couldn't control the world, but she could control how she entered it each day. A power from her dawn reflections, or a methodical examiner who rose with the sun to probe, record, and admire the living world. He welcomed each day with awe and thanks, and his upbeat soul turned examination into a lasting passion. The early day isn't just a clock point, it is an attitude. It is a pick to begin with peace, to lead with hope, and to live with notice. When you pick rising early, you claim that attitude. In these spans, you are liberated, free to diary your ideas, free to show thanks for what is, free to picture what could be, free to think deeply, to hope, to breathe fully, and match your top self, free to say confirmations that fuel your core. I am centered. I am able. I am thankful. I am turning into the person I'm meant to be. This isn't luxury, it is groundwork. A mind that starts with thanks is a mind not easily shaken. A spirit based in optimism is a spirit that can meet tests without fright. And a person who picks light at dawn becomes a signal for others all day. How you start steers how you go on. Start with mess, and the day feels split. Start with calm, and it streams. The early riser doesn't blunder into life. They step in with clearness, aim, and force. Let your dawn routine be your keystone. Create space to think, to say gentle words to yourself, to reunite with your beliefs and your sight. You don't need long stretches, just regularity. 5 minutes of thanks, 10 minutes of centered breath. A few sheets of strong reading. These aren't tiny deeds, they are altering. You aren't just rousing your form, you are rousing your essence. And when the essence is awake, there's no space for resentment, no gap for grievance. You see openings in tests, brightness in dark, and teachings in each fall. Let others wake in hurry, plunging into the world's demands. You begin your day in balance. You begin with purpose. That contrast will sound in each talk, each pick, each instant you live. Tomorrow, as the world sleeps, rise, light a flame, open a diary, step out and inhale the dawn air. Say something hopeful to yourself. Name 3 things you appreciate. Set your mind on expansion, not dread, on aid, not self-focus. You don't need perfect settings to live hopefully. You only need a ready heart and steady drill. Start each day in this spirit, and you'll notice people answer differently. Your work runs more smoothly. Your loads feel lighter. Why? Because you are different. You've picked to start strong, to lead yourself before leading others, to grow light before facing the dim. In doing so, you become the very image of upbeat living. This is the unseen strength of early rising, not just output, not just will, but the skill to pick your spirit each day. And when you pick optimism, you pick a light that raises others as it raises you. Rise early. Rise thankful. Rise enabled. And let your life be sensed in all you do. The endless growth of morning learning. Constant growth isn't just a merit, it is the groundwork of rise. No one ascends without feeding the intellect, honing the reason, and stretching the borders of knowing. And there is no span better fit for this holy quest than the early day, when the world rests quiet, when tasks are still asleep. Your mind becomes a cloth ready to soak, weigh, and extend. In this peaceful time, the mind is most open, most receiving, most vibrant. Each dawn is a bid to expand. Accept it with steadiness, and you become unstoppable. Giving your mornings to growth isn't just collecting facts. It is constructing the mind of a guide. You are drilling your ideas to be clear, your choices to be wise, your view to be broad. This isn't a passing attempt. It is a daily pledge to your development. Let's speak plainly. Those who rise to prominence are those who honor their intellects. They read not just for profit, but for progress. They diary not just to log, but to comprehend. They think not just to recall, but to wake insight. Consider the inquiring watcher who started each morning with study and alone time. He dared to doubt what others simply took. His mornings fed the mind that would eventually shift views. He didn't wait for perfect terms. He made them through disciplined dawn inquiry. Or the learned poet whose hunger for wisdom defied her era's walls. In the dawn's silence, she read, wrote, and questioned presumptions. Dawn spans were her heaven for growth, and from that base, her brilliance bloomed. When you rise early and give that time to reading strong books, writing your views, or weighing past events, you plant seeds of greatness. One thought read in quiet can become the tactic that changes your path. One perception saved in a diary can become the guide through a coming gale. The mind, like the body, must be worked. Left still, it fades. Drilled daily, it becomes keen, quick, decisive. The finest time to drill it is when the day is new, before life's needs pack your ideas and thin your focus. Let your morning be a schoolroom, your table a site of change, your diary a partner. Read not just to amuse your mind, but to raise it. Write not just to order your ideas, but to find them. Think not just on what occurred, but on what must become. Growth isn't just for the young. It is the drill of the wise. As long as you breathe, you can expand. And when you give your top notice to that growth in the morning, you start each day with the drive of mastery. Think of the famed creator who began his days making, testing, learning from each tone, each pause. He wasn't just born with skill, he fed it with spans of purposeful practice at dawn. You, too, aren't bound by what you got, you are powered by what you pick to build. Don't seek comfort in repeat, seek widening. Read what tests you, write what shows you, question what traps you. This is the heart of dawn growth. It hones your sides, deepens your grasp, and matches your mind with your mission. As the sun climbs, let it find you in study. Let it light the sheets of your book, the lines of your diary, the bends of your mind where hidden promise waits. Let each dawn become a part in your personal teaching, a rite of self-betterment that builds day upon day. History's guides didn't just react to life, they grasped it. And that grasp was born from quiet spans spent chasing knowledge. So, too, will yours be. Make this pledge each morning before the world's noise starts. I will rise to expand. I will read. I will write. I will think. In doing so, I will rise not just from my bed, but into a bigger version of myself. That is the path of the educated, the path of the strong, and the path of the successful. Early rising solidifies self-trust. Self-trust isn't born from fantasy. It isn't a present given at birth or by others. It is gained, made piece by piece through steady action, repeated pledge, and willful living. And there is no act stronger, no proof more persuasive than your pick to rise early each day chasing a better you. Each morning, stepping from bed while the world still dreams, you send a note to your soul's depth. I trust myself enough to move. I trust my aims enough to restart. This daily pick becomes your proof, clear and private, that you deserve the life you see. Self-trust doesn't come from standing. It comes from motion. And every dawn you rise with plan adds to your pool of assurance. You start to rely on yourself, not in concept, but in practice, because your moves have shown your dedication. Think of the testing thinker who began each day in silent labor with careful focus. He didn't lean on big shows or public cheers. His belief in his own skill came from hours of unseen work, steady showing up, building pace, refining his craft. Or the devoted artist who practiced at dawn before anyone stirred. Her brilliance wasn't handed to her, it was gained through daily pledge. Her self-trust grew not from praise, but from the quiet force of knowing she had appeared once more for her art. When you rise early and give those holy hours to growth, you drill more than your mind. You drill your essence. And with each passing day, doubts quiet and queries fade because your moves become your reply. You stop asking, can I turn into who I want to be? For each morning you are turning one willful act at a time. Like the player who trains before sunrise, you prepare yourself for victory. You are laying the base of belief, not by push, but by repetition. Let this fact sink deep. Assurance isn't something you await, it's something you build, and your dawn routine is the plan. Each act of rising early is a small vow kept. A vow that says, I won't accept less, I won't betray my mission, I will take charge of my life. And when you keep a vow to yourself again and again, what else can you do but start to believe? Don't downplay this silent rite. The world might not see it. No horns blast when you open your eyes pre-dawn, but you know. And that knowing reshapes who you are. You stop seeing yourself as a waiter and start becoming a leader. You stop seeing yourself as a hoper and start becoming an actor. With each coming morning, your self-view shifts from dreamer to doer, from rover to fighter. Let your mornings be a holy statement. I am not scared of toil. I am not scared of alone time. I am not scared to do what others skip, because I trust my future is shaped by my actions, not by my mere wishes. As the sun rises, so does your belief. You rise not just from bed, but into a deeper sense of your own strength. You start to carry yourself differently. You start to speak with sureness. You start to live like someone who trusts their own route. Your assurance is built not in sudden leaps, but in daily match with your values. Not in huge instants, but in steady motion toward your top potential. Wake early. Show up. Do what counts. Watch day by day as your inner belief grows into an immovable force. This is the path of the self-built, the path of the quietly strong, the path of the one who says, I don't await permission. I prove my value through my action. Let this morning and every morning be your proof. Proof you are capable, worthy, and ready. Let that proof build the blaze of belief that will carry you toward all you were born to grasp. Early rising trains flexibility. Life isn't a straight track. It is a twisting, shifting stream. Those who thrive aren't those who fight change, but those who adjust to it, who trim their sails with poise and resolve. And there's no finer training zone for flexibility than the early day. Each morning, rising before the world moves, you enter a zone of pure chance, a zone not yet filled by duty or chaos. Here, you learn to shape your day instead of being shaped. You become the carver, not the stone. Through this daily drill, you prepare to handle shift not with fear, but with calm, inventive readiness. Flexibility isn't just a reply. It is an attitude. It is the skill to stay firm when winds turn. And like all top traits, it must be drilled. Waking early gives you the rare shot to join this drilling, to build the mental and heart-based pliancy needed to flourish in a shifting world. Think of the historic leader whose trip through unknown lands and contact with new cultures and structures needed not just vision, but flexibility. He didn't shrink from the strange. He used it as a stage for guidance. Guidance forged in quiet, tactical thought during dawn solitude. Or the aid pioneer who met the unpredictable turmoil of disaster areas. Her skill to arrange relief and soothe pain wasn't born from habit. It was born from toughness through flexibility, a toughness kept by her firm dawn discipline that anchored her even as the world shook. Each morning you rise early. You get a practice for life itself. You don't know what the day will bring. Some days glide, others test at each step. But when you meet the morning on your own terms, calm, sharp, ready, you send life a message: I won't be knocked off path. I will bend, not snap. I will adjust, and I will conquer. Start your morning by checking within. What needs tweaking? What plans must turn? What energy do you bring, and how can you use it best? Asking these questions daily builds a habit of notice. And notice is the seed from which flexibility sprouts. Pliancy isn't weakness. It is smart strength. Like the reed that sways in the breeze but never breaks, you too can stay rooted while shifting course. Early mornings let you practice this strength in silence, changing your schedule, shifting your attention, adapting your goals before the world asks. In these spans, you have time to think, pivot, prepare. You aren't rushing, you are answering. There is great force in answer over reaction. The early riser becomes not a slave to situation, but a master of it. Change isn't your foe. It is your biggest opening. Each time life shifts unexpectedly, it shows your readiness or your need to get readier. And each early morning is your shot to prepare. Let your dawn routine be a bendable frame. Have your drills, your diary, your reading, your movement, but be ready to adapt them. Some days need quiet, others need speed. Some mornings call for deep thought, others call for swift steps. The key isn't stiffness, it is planned flow. Let the morning drill your mind to stay open to new routes, new tactics, new chances. Let it teach you that no design is final and no block is lasting. Let it remind you that your strength lies not in hardness, but in your power to evolve. Each time you adjust, you grow. Each time you shift your plan without losing your mission, you mature. And each morning you rise with this attitude, you strengthen your skill to prosper in a world that never stops shifting. The future belongs to the adaptable. The early day is where they are made. So tomorrow, as the sky starts to glow, rise. Take a full breath, step into the unknown with confidence. Adjust your stance, refine your target. And know this, in your readiness to adapt lies your greatest might, your clearest edge, and your surest route to success. Dawn deepens your bonds. Success is seldom reached alone. Behind every great feat lies a web of real links, private and work ties built not on ease but on plan. And one of the strongest ways to feed these ties is to rise early when your mind is calm, your heart is open, and your ideas match your top values. The early day is a holy zone, a time when clearness, rules, and diversions are absent. In these spans, you have the uncommon chance to think not just on your aims, but on your bonds. Who needs your link today? Who earns your thanks? What hard talk have you put off? Morning gives you the calm to weigh these queries with insight and grace. Think of the skilled speaker who, even amid struggle, claimed early hours for reading, writing, and thought. His talk became his force. His words shifted views, but those words weren't formed in disorder. They were formed in alone time, in thoughtful prep, in the quiet will of morning. Or the cherished author who began each day crafting letters and poems that touched many lives. Her shows of love, care, and insight were honed in the stillness before the world called. Her bonds, both private and public, were fed by this dawn drill of heartfelt talk. Waking early gives you time to prep your heart's energy. Instead of answering all day, you can pick to lead with mindfulness. Plan how to lift a teammate, show thanks to a partner, or reach out to a friend. These aren't tiny moves, they are foundations. The bonds you build become the net that backs your rise. And early mornings are when you can toughen each strand on purpose, steadily and meaningfully. Use this time to write a note of support, to recall a recent kind act and thank, to think on a clash and practice a calmer, wiser reply. In doing so, you drill yourself to lead with care, not ego. From that place, all bonds start to bloom. The early riser isn't just more fruitful, they are more there. And presence is the rarest, most precious gift in any bond. When you give someone your full, undivided, clear, rooted notice, you lift them. You make them feel seen. And people never forget how you make them feel. Let your mornings become a studio of link. Ask yourself, who in my life needs my support? Where can I bring accord? What act of giving can I offer today? When these queries start your day, your bonds shift from chance to plan. Make space for thought. Diary about your exchanges. Spot trends. See where you are fully present and where you are holding back. Thought isn't self-blame, it is self-alignment. It lets you enter each bond with more truth, humility, and presence. Consider the literary titan who prized letters and thoughtful ideas as pillars of a daily beat. The early hours were spent writing notes and logging insights, not just to widen the mind, but to deepen bonds. You, too, can use these holy hours to become the designer of stronger, more filling bonds. The greatest guides aren't those who control, they are those who connect. And link starts with plan. By handling your inner world before stepping outside, you offer your top self to those around you. Early mornings give you this shot. To answer instead of react, to listen instead of suppose, to show instead of hide. From that drill comes a deeper link, a wider ring of sway, and a life rich in bonds that back your rise. So tomorrow, when you rise before the sun, take a few instants to think of those who matter. Think of the bridges to build, the words to say, the care to show. Do it with plan. Do it with grace. Do it before the world floods in. Because when you use the morning to shape your bonds, you aren't just creating harmony, you are building the heart wealth that will carry you further than any solo effort could. Rise early, lead with heart, and watch your world change one bond at a time. The force of steady daily motion. Greatness isn't built in flashes of idea. It is built in steadiness. It isn't what you do now and then that shapes your life, but what you do each day. And the richest soil for this daily pledge is the early morning. When your world is quiet, your mind is clear, and your mission stands before you like an open road. When you rise early and begin with plan, you set a beat, a personal tempo that guides your moves, anchors your habits, and speeds your growth. These early spans are the studio of the steady. They are the testing ground of the pledged. And each morning you pick to act. You lay another stone on the path to your fate. Steadiness isn't flashy. It isn't always thrilling. But it is mighty, like the artisan who shapes wood or cuts stone. You shape your future through repeat, through firm hands and aimed effort. One day's work may not show visible results, but day after day, week after week, the masterwork appears. Think of the orderly philosopher who kept a strict daily plan of dawn walks and set time for writing and thought. His pledge to daily will made works that shaped generations' thinking. His mind became sharp not through idea spurts alone, but through reliable frame and steady yield. Or the decided author who rose early to write even amid strain and trial. Her steadiness in those precious dawn hours gave birth to tales that still inspire readers globally. Her words weren't forced, they were formed one morning at a time. When you rise with the sun, you beat the drag that plagues most. You start the day before doubt can take hold. You move while others linger. You create while others wait. And each time you do, you build faith in yourself. Not only that you can act, but that you will act. Steadiness is the bridge between your sight and your fruits. Without it, dreams stay vague. With it, they harden. Step by step, line by line, block by block. And the early morning gives you the chance to lay those blocks in quiet, without diversion, with full presence. Use the morning to pledge to your mission. Find the one move, however small, that moves you forward, and do it. Write the sheet. Study the chapter. Review the design. Think on your advance. When this becomes your daily beat, success isn't a question of if, but when. These moves may feel minor now, but merged over time, they become huge. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. You need only to make today matter. Then rise and do it again. The grower who works the soil each morning doesn't doubt the crop. He knows the results are in the beat. So it is with your goals. Water them daily. Tend to them steadily. One day you will look up and see what you've built, not by luck, but by daily work. Let your early morning be a holy pact with yourself. No matter what the coming day holds, this is the time I give to my cause. This is when I move the marker. This is when I show the world and myself that I am not just a dreamer, but a doer. Steadiness becomes nature. Nature becomes identity. And identity becomes fate. The one who acts every morning with purpose becomes unstoppable, not because the trip is easy, but because the will is unshakable. So rise, not just to start the day, but to build your life. Rise not just to get through it, but to move toward something greater. Let your moves, repeated in the morning quiet, become the beat of success. Let others lean on occasional drive spurts. You will lean on your pledge. Let others wait for the muse. You will begin with action. And in doing so, you will set yourself apart, not by force, but by steadiness. One morning at a time, one step at a time, one win at a time. This is how dreams become real. This is how normal days make exceptional lives. And it all starts with one pick: rise early, act steadily, and never stop becoming. Today, pick early rising as your first step toward lasting success. Your greatness starts with each sunrise.